れません。信じられません。しかもこの信じられない事件が今我々の眼中において展開されているのであります。今やゴジラの飛び出した後は人間の姿とそれで終わりそうから例えばゴジラは移動を開始いたしどうやら土山方面に向かう模様であります。我々の世界は一瞬のうちに200万年の世界に引き込まされたのでありましょうか。
Bam, what's new, guys? Back with a fresh final review. Today we're going to be looking at the brand new Bandai movie monster series Godzilla 1965 from the new line that they're dubbing this is the posing line. What does that mean? Maybe we're going to get more cool shit like this because this is cool shit. So a posing line. I mean, the options are, they could be unlimited. Lots of options. I can't even think right now what would be the next cool figure to follow suit with this, but this is freaking awesome. Really, really freaking awesome. So this was announced on Godzilla Day, November 3rd, 2024, and I just happened to be in Japan when it was announced. So I woke up in the morning at the hotel, jumped on Facebook, and saw that this was already, teased. Saw it on Instagram, and I'm like, that's fucking cool. I'm like, literally, that was my vibes. I'm like, this is freaking cool. We need more of this. So, funny thing is, I went down to Godzilla Day, which was in Hibiya Park, okay, which is just right outside downtown Ginza in Tokyo, and my dumb ass just, first of all, got there bright and early. Gorgeous day, got there nice and early. The day before it was raining and all that bullshit. Being in Tokyo when it's raining, but Tokyo's still great. Oh, we could talk about all day about that. Anyway, Godzilla Day, November 3rd. Gorgeous day out. Sun was out. I got down to Ginza and Hibiya Park early. They were still setting up for Godzilla Day. Vendors were still setting up. Things were just getting going. The event didn't start until I think about noon, and I was already in Ginza and Hibiya Park at like 9 in the morning. So as I'm walking around, so first we went to, because I went with my buddy Rob, and we went to the Godzilla statue, which is the new Shin Godzilla statue that's now going to be a park. They did move the Heisei Godzilla to the Hibiya Park Toho cinemas inside. Fortunately, I was able to see the Godzilla statue in Hibiya Square before it was moved back in 2015. Anyway, so I'm walking around and just moseying around where the vendors are setting up, and lo and behold, Bandai was setting up, or a representative from Bandai was there setting up. There was SH Monster art stuff, there was some Frog Tree stuff, some Fubi pieces, but Bandai was there setting up, and they just took this out of the box, for a display. It was a display piece. It didn't have a tag on it or nothing, and I freaked out. I'm like, internally freaked out, but I was probably like a 9-year-old giddy, Godzilla nerd that I am. I'm like, oh my God. So I happened to ask, if I could take a picture of it. And then I asked, the gentleman that was pulling it out of the box and was holding it, if I could hold it and take a picture of it. And, we got this awesome photo here. It just so happens this guy behind me is probably looking at me like, who is this idiot? Look at this idiot and his gelled hair. And then you see my buddy Rob back there with the big beard. That's Rob. Boom. But freaking awesome. Like, never in my wildest dreams would I thought I would have been able to see, like, the prototype or the display piece right there in on Godzilla Day. Had no expectations of that, so it was pretty cool to actually get to hold the display piece. Eventually it went into the display case where it sat, for the duration of Godzilla Day. So really damn cool that I got to see this in person, on the day that it was released. Like, that's a first. Really cool. So, all right. So the figure itself, let's just get right into this. I pre-ordered it through the Godzilla store, the Japanese Godzilla store. I'm impatient. I didn't feel like waiting for our retailers here in the U.S. to get it. I wanted it, and I wanted it now. It's my vinyl, and I want it now, okay? So I pre-ordered through the Godzilla store. Just got them in, like, literally 4 days ago at the time of this recording. And it's freaking awesome. I paid about $23 off of the Godzilla store. I did use Buy, so I paid a little bit more, you know, for the shipping fees and the Buy fees or whatever. But I don't really give a shit. I got it. It's here. It's awesome. So it was $23. If you buy it with U.S.-based vendors, retailers, you probably... I don't even know what they're selling it for. I know Showcase has it. Beast from the East has it. And a bunch of other vendors that, you know, that are well-versed in selling Bandai figures are going to have it. And completely brain fogging right now who's selling what. So I'm sorry. Forgive me. But you're going to be sure to see this at G-Fest now because what? We're only like 6 months away from G-Fest. So this is a must-have. This is definitely, you got to pick this up. This thing is freaking awesome. So like I said, $23, can't go wrong. That was retail, okay? All right, so the figure itself. What is it replicating? Now that I've rambled about everything else, it's Godzilla 65 from Kaiju Daisenso, Godzilla vs. Monster Zero, and it's of Godzilla doing the She dance. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but when Godzilla and Rodan fought Ghidorah on Planet X, after they whooped his ass and sent him packing, Godzilla was doing that dance that we all, you know, literally love when he's jumping up and down like a few times. A happy moment. Yes, yes. That's what this figure is replicating. That scene from that movie. Freaking damn cool. So, Godzilla, to help with this, instead of just shoving a plastic rod up his ass and putting a base down, we got this pretty cool Planet X little cliff side here going that they made perfect to have Godzilla sit in to do that dance. It's perfect. Like, great idea. Better than some, again, like a plastic clear stand. This rock base really just gets the job done, and it fits perfectly. So damn cool. So Godzilla himself comes with a tag, typical Bandai tag. This one's pretty cool. It's got a frame around it. The Godzilla information, 1965 licensing sticker, again, no longer stickered on. It's now printed on. On that side, it's got basically the movie Monster series posing line and all the information there telling you what it is and all that good stuff. And all the typical mumbo jumbo on the inside. It lets you know it's made out of PVC, probably a choking hazard. QR code will probably bring you to the Bandai website. Yep, that's what it is. So a lot of good stuff in there. I mean, it's just basic Bandai tag stuff. Whoop-de-doo. Godzilla himself. Bandai figure. So as we know, articulation in the arms, in the legs. I mean, you can make him kick his legs up even higher, but if you do that, oh yeah, so he still sits in there. Get his both hands up, and he's doing a super she dance. Again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Sue me. But really, really dig it. So it's Godzilla 65. Just to bring up the 50th anniversary memorial box figure, there are some similarities here. I'm pretty sure for the most part, the heads and the back of the dorsal plates were borrowed from the 50th anniversary figure. The arms, legs, tail are all newly sculpted. So that makes this version of the 65 for Bandai completely stand out, aside from the pose. But as I was looking and taking pictures of both of them, I realized that the 50th anniversary figures got deeper details, especially in the dorsal plates and the skin textures all over the figure, where this one, if it was being borrowed from the 50th, the details are not as deep, so to speak, but that's not taking nothing away from the figure at all. So, but these look really cool together. So Godzilla 65, boom. We're gonna go back and do Bandai reviews soon, and I'm gonna more or less get into this one a little bit deeper per se. But yeah, the figure, it's gorgeous. Paint job looks great. Doesn't have the same highlights as the 50th, but that's okay. Dorsal plates, everything looks good. Fingernails, toenails, teeth, all that good stuff. I really like how the eyes stand out because they have that exactly like the suit. There was the pupil, the black, and the orange. But the figure, it's gorgeous. Just for size comparison, let's bring up the X Plus 25 centimeter Godzilla 65. Yep, that's what this is. Okay, so 6 inch, 10 inch, 25 centimeter. That means this was probably like 15 centimeters. Boom. I dig it. Now, I know there's some people that like taking the tags off their Bandai figures. I personally like to keep them on. I've heard a lot of people that say that, you know, from the collectors that take their tags off, you just heat it up where the tag hole is and you pull that out. I'm a little skittish about doing that, and I keep my tags on. So I like to have the tags on. And when you get them right out of the box, this rock base is in a little baggie, as you see here, hanging from the tag. And that actually made me go like, oh my God, because I was like, I'm afraid that that was going to make the tag get pulled off or break, but it didn't, you know. So when I took the bag out, or the rock off from the bag, I just, you know, cut away with the little plastic bag so I wouldn't damage the tag. But yeah, pretty dig it. Pretty damn cool. I dig it. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. So more of this, please, from Bandai. We really, like, this is awesome. This is the cool shit that I love that Bandai does. And they're not always home runs. There's some figures in the last few years that Bandai done that are complete trash. Sorry. Not sorry. But like Kaiju Ghidorah, junk. Monster X, but, you know, then you got standout pieces like this. Little Godzilla that we just got. Even Godzilla 98 and Zilla, you know, considering that there's two of them now. So lots of cool shit coming from Bandai. I'm all about it. Let's go. Posing line, sign me the fresh up. Bam. And that's all I got to say. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next Fresh Vinyl review. And remember, people, buy vinyl, fresh vinyl. Bam.